Alrighty, y'all. I'm filming on my phone again because I forgot my camera. But we are at Home Depot right now. We are picking up some plants to rescape and redo our outdoor tortoise enclosure. We are probably going to pick up some brown mulch, probably about 7 to 8 bags of that. So let's go ahead, load up 7, 8 bags or so. Here we go. Boom, there we go. Mulch is loaded up. Now we got to get some plants. I'm using earth-grown mulch specifically because it does not have anything else except for mulch and the dye that they use to dye it brown. There's no other chemicals or additives. But now let's explore this vast jungle and get some plants. Here we go. Alrighty, y'all, plants have been picked up. We've got 4 different plants. We got those 2 guys, we got this one, and a hibiscus. We got 10 bags of mulch. Now let's go ahead to the checkout and see how much this is gonna break the bank.
What?
And boom, we are back. If my camera will focus, we're back with our 10 bags of mulch, all of our plants. We've also got some more plants over here as well. This giant tortoise pin is the tortoise pin that we're going to rescape, that we're going to make look a whole lot nicer. So once a year, I remulch and re-landscape this enclosure. As you can see, the setup looks decent. The tortoises are thriving, but it could look a little bit more pretty. Don't you think, Jonah?
I say no.
So what we're gonna do, first things first, we're gonna take off all these little rocks, pots, all this little random stuff that's on the ground here. We're gonna take it all the way off, set it to the side, and leave a sort of flat landscape that we can mulch over. Then after we do that, we're gonna dig some holes for our plants there. Then we will start mulching and finishing up the landscaping. Here comes our redfoot tortoise. All of our tortoises are hungry, even though they got fed earlier today. Are you ready to get started on helping me?
Yes.
So without further ado, let's get started on cleaning up this enclosure. Guys, so far so good. It is looking absolutely fantastic out here, but we still got a lot of work to do. Of course, we've got to finish mulching the rest of this setup, but we've got to plant the enclosure and add all of those materials back into this enclosure as well. But look at how much nicer it looks so far than it did before. So far, the mulching is coming along really well. As you can see, it's looking quite fantastic. We've still got a lot of work to do, so once I finish mulching the rest of the enclosure here, I will then pick up the camera and continue planting all of the plants in the enclosure. So yeah, I'll catch you on 3, 2, 1. And would you take a look at that? The mulch is in. It is now time to start adding our ferns, our hibiscus, and all of our other various plants. So in about 3 seconds, this little area right here should have that plant in it. 1, 2, 3. And voila, would you look at that? That plant, I must say, is gorgeous, especially where it sits. So now we've got our fern there, this beautiful guy there, and our other fern over here. Now we've got a few more smaller plants that we're gonna go ahead and add in and around this enclosure. We're digging our hole here. My little brother is filming. He's doing a fantastic job. Once we get our hibiscus in, we're done pretty much. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish planting that hibiscus and we'll go from there. Now that we have remulched and replanted everything, we're gonna go ahead and start adding their hide back in, their food dish, their water bowl, and all of that other sort of stuff. Once we add that back in, the tortoises that are freaking out over here are pretty much ready to go back into their new home. But wow, this thing looks so much better than it did before. But now let's go ahead and start adding our hide and everything else. Holy smokes, guys. Take a look at that. This thing looks so much better than it did before. Wow. Shout out to my brother for helping me out. We've already added our tortoises back in. They're super stressed out. They're super tired. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to come back out here and check up on everything and let y'all know how it's all doing. But just to show you some of the things that we have in this enclosure. Of course, we've got our double-sided fence. We've got this little wooden post here. Then we've got this chicken wire here. We've got a basking platform and some enrichment. So these are little hiding, climbing areas for the tortoises to go in and out of. Then, of course, they'll have shade and places to hide in the plants. But they've got their main hide. So they've got shade and other places to hide. But we have made them this ginormous hiding spot here. So they can hopefully, ideally, hide under there, especially if it's raining or something like that. It's just a giant piece of wooden board with some rocks, and it works out really well. Moving along, we've got the ghost cork that's moving. This piece of cork is moving on its own. What the heck? Oh, okay. It's just a tortoise. It's all good. It's all good. It's just Abrams, our Sulcata tortoise. That's all. But yeah, I did also put this piece of cork in there for that reason, so that they can push it around, move it, climb in and on top of it. Just more enrichment for the tortoises. Food dishes over there, so they'll have food every single day, along with the different vegetation they can eat out here. For example, this hibiscus plant, the leaves are good for tortoises to eat, and so are the hibiscus flowers. A pond, which they will drink out of occasionally as well. But as you can see, all of our tortoises, like our sulcatas over there, are finding their way comfortably in their new home. With that being said, it's getting dark out. I'm going to cut the video out here, and I will pick up the camera probably tomorrow morning and show y'all how everybody is doing. So yeah, I guess I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Oh, good morning, you guys. It is a brand new day, a brand new morning. We are out here to check on our tortoise area. And I'm looking at it right now, and it looks pretty good. As you can see, everything is holding up just fine. The tortoises are out enjoying the crisp, cool air of the morning. Lucky for them, we got a bunch of different lettuce, a bunch of food. So we're gonna grab their food dish, feed those guys, and then we will take a closer look at this setup. But these tortoises are just sitting here waiting, so let's go ahead, grab their food dish, and get ready to feed them. So on today's menu, they're gonna get a little bit of this head of lettuce. We're gonna tear up some lettuce in there. Then to top it off, we're gonna add some spring mix. They're gonna get a good 2 or 3 handfuls of spring mix, just like so. One more handful, there we go. And then to finish it off, we've got this salad dressing stuff here. So we're gonna go ahead and put some salad dressing on there for them. This stuff's actually pretty good for them. It smells really good, and it has a bunch of calcium, vitamins, and other things like that for them. So there we go, salad dressing is on. We'll step over, and instead we're gonna put their food dish on this side here where there's a lot of open space. Bury it in just a little bit. And now, watch as these tortoises start running over to get their food. But you guys go ahead and let me know down in the comments, is there anything I should add or change or do differently with this setup? Just let me know, because I'd be happy to see what you guys have to say. But I mean, man, this thing looks so good, and I cannot wait to update you guys over the next few weeks on how all the plants do, how the tortoises do, how the pond does, and everything else like that. But with all that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. And hey, drop some comments on video ideas and video suggestions. And without further ado, we'll see you all in the next one. Peace! Alright kids, no fighting over the food. Calm down. Calm down. There's plenty of food to go around, okay? Calm down.